I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on polynomial graph. Here is an important question for exam review. Given a function f of x equals to x plus 1 times x squared minus 4x plus 6x, express the function as f of x equals to x times ax squared plus bx plus c. Factor f of x completely, then sketch the graph of f of x showing the x and y intercepts. You can always pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. So let's begin with the function itself, which is f of x equals to x plus 1 times x squared minus 4x plus 6x. To write it in the given form, we need to expand and simplify. We can do that. We could also take x as a common factor and then do the needful, right? So there are two different options. So we can actually factor out x from here and can then do it, or we can just expand and simplify. So I'll prefer to expand and simplify. We'll multiply first with x and then with 1, and then we'll combine the like terms. Multiplying by x, we get x cubed minus 4x squared, and with 1 we get plus x squared minus 4x, and we have the term plus 6x. Now combining the like terms, x cubed, amongst the x terms we have 3x squared, and this gives us plus 2x. Now we can take x common, and we do get a quadratic function, which is x squared minus 3x plus 2. So that is the required form given to us. And we can now compare and say that a, b, and c are 1 minus 3 and 2, right? So if required at times, we could write a in this case is 1, b in this case is minus 3, and c is 2. So we do get a function which is x times x squared minus 3x plus 2. So we done part A. Now let's do part B to factor f of x completely. And then we'll sketch. Let's do it on a fresh page. So we get x times x squared minus 3x plus 2. So let me write down this function f of x as equals to x times x squared minus 3x plus 2, right? So let's check. X squared minus 3x plus 2. Now we could factor this by product and sum. 2 times 1, both negative. So x minus 1 times x minus 2. So that becomes the function. So we have done the factored form, which is part B. Now, part C, we need to sketch the graph. To sketch the graph of this cubic function, let's write down the zeros. Zeros are at x equals to 0, x equals to 1, and x equals to 2. All are linear zeros, right? So all are linear zeros. Let us also write down the value of the function at f of 0. As soon as I substitute 0, I get 0 here, right? 0 is a factor. Now that should help us to sketch the graph. So we have zeros at 0, 1, and 2. Let's mark the zeros on the x-axis. So 0, 1, and 2. These are all linear zeros. Now we also notice that the leading coefficient is positive, right? So let me write an is greater than 0. It is positive. And we also know that the degree is 3. Is a cubic function. So when the leading coefficient is positive, that means the graph will end up in quadrant 1. Right? So that really means, let's write down the meaning of this. That means when x approaches infinitely large value, in that case, y also approaches infinitely large value. That is for leading coefficient positive. Now the degree is 3. That means the other side is going towards the opposite end. So when x approaches negative infinity, in that case, y is approaching negative infinity. So the other side is going towards quadrant 3. So the graph actually moves from quadrant 3 to quadrant 1. Since these are linears, which is going to cross these points, the x-intercept, like a straight line. Joining them with a smooth curve, we get our graph. So we have a graph here. So we can just go down and up. Do you see that? So that is how you could actually sketch the cubic function from the given information. Mark the points clearly. I hope that makes sense. So these are the simplest ways, rather the steps, which you could follow to sketch any cubic function, rather any polynomial. So I hope the steps are absolutely clear. Feel free to write your comments, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.